Hi everybody, it's JoJo, and I'm here to do a rainbow makeup tutorial. Okay. I'm wearing my little Guess tie-dye rainbow t-shirt, and we're gonna do some rainbow highs today. So inspired by the new Jeffree Star Psychedelic Circus collection. So I'm going to talk about that in this video while I do the makeup tutorial. Of course, I'm going to be using no other than Jawbreaker. I'm going to use my whole palette's going to be Jawbreaker today. The whole look. By Jeffree Star. This is the original rainbow palette. So it came out summer 2019, I think. Yeah, summer 2019. So yeah, so we're here to do a little rainbow eye. I'm really excited because I was gonna do a rainbow makeup tutorial on this channel, and then he came out with the collection, so I thought it was perfect. But there's a lot to talk about in this video other than that collection. There's a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. All right, so but first I'm gonna go into bubblegum, which is that pink, the matte pink. I'm gonna go into bubblegum. So, clean my hands up a little bit. A little dirty. Okay. Okay, and let's go in. Okay. Let me put this a little bit brighter. Okay. I'm just gonna make it, yeah, I'm using the right one. I'm gonna go my crease with the bubble gum. So, I guess we'll start with Aaron Carter's death, right? It was very sad because he was 34. He was 34 or 35. He was going to turn 35 in like a month, I think. His birthday's December something. Yeah, he died of a drug overdose, you know, which is very sad. I loved his music. Everyone's favorite song from him was I Want Candy, which is a good one, but my favorite song personally from him was Do You Remember? I just think that song's so good. But yeah, he was a drug addict. And I think regardless, it's sad because he was young and, you know, the way he died, but I think people probably knew it was coming because he really changed. You can tell he got tattoos all over his face. He was really looking unhealthy. He was a drug addict. So it was a shock because of his age, but it wasn't a shock the way it happened, you know? He's one of many of celebrities that die of a drug overdose. Now, why do they do drugs? Like, why are so many celebrities, famous people are drug addicts? Why are they? That's a very good question. I personally think it's because fame is a very tricky thing. It gives you publicity, it gives you fans, it gives you money, but it also gives you criticism, and you're always in the public eye. He was in the public eye since he was a kid. Like, he never lived a normal life, ever. Like, he was, what, 5 or 6? I don't know how old he was when I Want Candy. I remember when I was, like, 8 or 9 when I remember when that I Want Candy song came out by him. Everyone went nuts over it. It was all over the place. I remember it. I lived it. I remember when that song first came out. It was crazy. He became a sensation after that song, I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm gonna go into... Let me go into next. I'm gonna go into Suck, which is the orange, the bright orange. And I'm gonna go, what brush am I gonna go into with that? I think I'm gonna use the same brush, but clean it off a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, fame, it becomes too much for some people. They go to drugs because they can afford it, obviously. And also because it becomes too much for them. It really does. It's overbearing, the criticism and the backlash of everything, you're scrutinized, they can't take it, you know, and I totally get it. It becomes completely overbearing, and a lot of these celebrities, so many of them, I mean, I can't even think how many, there's 9 out of 10 times a celebrity dies when they're young, it's from drugs. But it's sad regardless of however you spin it. It's very, very sad. And, you know, rest in peace to him and his family. I know Nick Carter was doing a concert in London when this happened, and he was breaking down on the stage, which was very sad to watch. But yeah, that's that. And then the actor who played Hagrid from Harry Potter died last month too. He died of obesity, I think, or he had like health problems. Yeah, it was very sad. It's very, very sad. But yeah, let's talk about, because there's so much to talk about in this video. I don't know how I'm going to get through everything, girl. You know what? Let's talk about the Jeffree Star psychedelic collection next. Let's do that. Okay, so the one thing I don't like about his collections, I love his collections. I love his mind. Like, you know, a collection from him, it's from him, because no one would do a collection like this other than Jeffree Star. So he's very unique in that case. But the one thing I don't like is that the way he comes out with his collections, it doesn't make any sense. The time of the year, the time of the month, because it's Christmas season, holiday season. He's coming out with a Circus collection for it. And I just think that I feel like it would have been more appropriate for October. And the color scheme itself is really like forest, it's rainbow palette. So I was thinking spring and summer. He comes out with it in like the worst time, I think that collection this month is probably the worst time that collection should come out as a holiday collection, because it just has nothing to do with the holiday season or anything like that. It would have been, and that's one thing that he messes up with, because say for instance he did come out with this palette in the spring or summer, or if he did this as a Halloween launch, he would have got way more hype about it. He would have got way more fans wanting this palette. But everyone wants holiday collections now and Christmas collections, and this is just not the time to bring this palette out. So that's my one critique with it. However, he doesn't give a shit about the time of the year or anything. He just brings out a collection whenever the hell he wants to, which is what it is. I personally wouldn't do it like that, but he that's the way he's always done it. Okay, so the collection itself is really cool. Psychedelic Circus. I didn't really know what psychedelic meant. All right, so I'm gonna go in with, I might cheat and do one shade from the Hocus Pocus 2 palette, because the purple in here, look, I want to do this purple, but it hit completely pan. This purple here, but it's completely pan. So I think I'm gonna do the purple in Hocus Pocus 2, which is Observe, instead. But that's it. This is the only shade I'm going to use other than Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker, everything else will be Jawbreaker. Okay, but anyways, so yeah, so psychedelic means like your mind just warped, kind of like Alice in Wonderland. This collection really reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, if anything. Like, it just reminds me of like the Tea Party for the Mad Hatter. Like, she's in the forest and she's like going through all these like crazy obstacles. That's the way I'm thinking. And then they added a circus to it, so it's clownery too. So he's a clown, and it goes together. It's like Alice in Wonderland meets like the circus. It's really cool. I love the color story. However, and the packaging's great, of course. He always wins for packaging. However, the colors in it is very similar to Jawbreaker. It's kind of like Jawbreaker, just with different hues of the colors, kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of the shades are very similar to Jawbreaker. I feel like you could probably get that palette. If you have all the Jeffree Star palettes, you could probably get the yellows from the Banana palette, the greens from Blood Money, the blues from Blue Blood, and like they have little shades from all the palettes and combined in that one palette, all the colors. So if you have all the palettes, you really don't need this palette. I think maybe 3 shades I saw from his on this new palette looks like new, unique, like something he's never really done before. But 3 shades out of the 21 shades that he has in that palette, you know, I'm not gonna get the palette for 3 shades. I also didn't like, this is the first palette in a while they didn't have an all over lid shade to set the base for it. I don't like that. This is the first one that he didn't have that for, and he normally does have that, so I actually don't like that about it. But I do like the color story. I like Rainbow. I love Jawbreak. I like a little more. It's just, I mean, the color story is very similar, but I feel like the ones in Jawbreaker is a little bit more vibrant and brighter and pastel, and the ones in the Psychedelic Circus, a lot of the shades are a little bit more like not as bright. Still bright as hell, but not as bright as Jawbreaker shades. I don't know. I mean, I like it. Am I gonna get it? No, I'm not gonna get it. I'm definitely not gonna get it. And I really feel like he missed the mark for the lip scrubs. He could have done a really good cotton candy flavored lip scrub, or like a candy apple or caramel apple flavor. That would have been perfect for the holiday season. Have a caramel candy apple flavored lip scrub. Didn't do it. Didn't do any lip scrubs at all for this collection. But cotton candy would have been perfect. But he didn't do it. There's no lip scrubs. He does this. He had this one skincare item, which, no one's gonna give a shit about that. A mushroom spray. Girl, bye. Ain't no one gonna buy that shit. I mean, he's just making shit just for fun now, because that has nothing to do with nothing. I mean, it's just ridiculous shit. But, and then he had the eye glazes, which are right, you know. I like eyeshadow more, so I really don't use those. And then, he had, what else did he have? I forget. Liquid lips. Of course, there's shit. I mean, the liquid lips are cool. Like, they were a lot of them were metallics. But, all those shades, I just don't wear those colors. Purple, orange, like, I think one was like, what was it? Yellow maybe? I don't even know. Like, the colors, there was a blue. It's just, I don't wear that on my lips. Like, I just don't. So that I would not. Packaging is great though. I love the rainbow, the deep rainbow metallic that he has in it. It was really cool. What other stuff did he have? He had some shirts and mirrors. The mirror was cool. The glow in the dark mushroom, which was pretty cool. Like, I feel like that's unique that he's never done before, glow in the dark mushroom. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into this one gets tricky. I think I'm gonna go into fuck, which is that coral. I think I'm gonna go into fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go into fuck and just blend everything in the crease with that. So yeah, the collection's good. I think it's the wrong time to bring it out, but he's always does it like that. You know, he never brings out a collection that goes with the season at all. Maybe one or twice, maybe two times he's done it. That's been appropriate for the time of the year. But most of the time he doesn't do it like that. But it is what it is. Now let's talk about that series, the new James Austen series. Okay, so I think no one had any idea that this was going to be a new collection, new palette. No one spoke about it. Of course, COVID hit right when they were making this new palette, supposedly. They were making it in February of 2020, and COVID hit March of 2020. So obviously that was put on hiatus, and then they probably were going to continue it after COVID was slowing down, but then everything happened with the publicity and the controversies with Shane and Jeffrey. So they completely just shelved it. Now, why is he bringing out with this now, over 2 years later? He's hoping for a comeback. He realized that there's really nothing else. I mean, no one's forgiving them. No one's forgiving them. So there's really not much else that they can do other than make a new collection, new makeup collection, because they know the old makeup, the last makeup collection did so well. Maybe a new one would finally redeem themselves. It's definitely for publicity. They're doing this for hype and for this comeback. I don't mind either way, because I love the last palette, and I thought when Jeffrey discontinued the Conspiracy collection, I thought there was no hope for a new chain collection at all. Like, there was no hope for it at all. And maybe they did think they were never going to do it, but then maybe Shane just said, let's just do it already. Let's just do it. Let's just finally do it. Now, are they going to come out with this new collection? I don't know. Right now it's just a series, and they're probably going to see how it does, but I personally wouldn't do it. I think it's a bad move. I don't think it's going to do as good as the last one. I think they're just going to waste their money, to be honest with you. But I think fans are still, like diehard fans are still really excited to see what the collection is going to be named and what it's going to be. I mean, I know I am. But a lot of people are over it at this point. I really do. A lot of people are over it. I mean, there's so many people unsubscribed from them now. I mean, all right, so now, I don't know what I'm going to do now. See, this is, okay, let me put the Hocus Pocus 2 palette away because I'm not going to use anything else in that. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to clean up the edges with the Hocus Pocus 2 palette, so I'll leave that out for now. I'm either going to go into orange juice or cotton candy. I don't know. I think I'm going to go into orange juice. Yeah, I'm going to go into orange juice. No. See, now I don't know what I'm going to do. Shit, what am I going to do? I'm going to go into sour, which is the green. I'm going to go into sour and see how that works out. And we'll go into that with my ring finger. So yeah, I'm excited to see the new collection. So if only one episode came out. Wipe that off a little bit. But I'm excited to see. I think everyone's caught on to the fact that he's just doing this for hype. I don't think he's really doing it because he really loves makeup. There we go. Oh, shit. Damn, this screen is crazy. I was not expecting this. I'm gonna have to clean this up, and I'm gonna have to clean the edges up of this because this is really, really vibrant. Oh my god. Oh wow, this screen's really vibrant. Alright, so... Oh damn. Okay, so but let me go into... Let me just... Okay, because it was just a little much. Alright. Okay. Now I'm going to go into Lemon Drop. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so let's talk about the Bonnie series. Let's talk about that next. So it was called Bonnie, I Love You, I Hate You. It was on, I think, Peacock. Okay, so... I loved it. Now listen, just keeping it very gangster real with you, I was obsessed with Bonnie in the 90s. I mean, when Bonnie originally first came out in 1992, I was 1 year old, and there was old videotapes of me watching Bonnie, obsessed with it, like how I was with That's So Raven and Once Upon a Time later on in life. That was how I was with Bonnie then. And I was obsessed. Bonnie was my favorite. And the original creator, we got to know her and her life and everything, and she created Bonnie for her son. She had one child. She created Bonnie for someone like him because there's a lot of kids shows that really weren't popping then, so she created Bonnie. She got really famous really fast to the point where the husband, I think, got a little bit jealous of the hype and stuff and of how famous she got, and they got a divorce. The son at first loved Bonnie. I think he loved the concept, but then when it got too famous and everything got too big for her, I think he resented Bonnie, the son. I think the mother was spending so much time on the road and doing everything that he probably felt like he was in the back burner, and Bonnie was like took over. And then maybe he felt like the mother loved Bonnie more than she loved him. I don't know. So he was a rebel. He really started to resent everything, and he shot his neighbor. Later on in life, he shot his neighbor and went to jail for it. And yeah, it was he really it really affected him. It really affected him a lot, to the point where the mother didn't want anything to do with the documentary. She had nothing to do with the documentary at all. She didn't want to talk about her son. I think she would have loved talking about Bonnie and how it, but she wouldn't. She just didn't want to sit there and talk about what happened with her son, because she knew that was going to be part of it. And then, of course, all the other shit that happened with the Bonnie backlash. I mean, I remember it. I remember, like, the Bonnie names, like I hate you, like all the gay innuendos people would make. I remember it. You know, look, I lived it. I saw the news. I saw everything going on with everyone going crazy over Bonnie, you know, ripping the stuffed animals, screaming at kids to stop watching Bonnie. It's going to corrupt their minds. And it's like, how is a little kid's show about I love you, the slogan's I love you, how is that going to corrupt children? I don't know. I just think people are going to make any excuse to be like, oh, they're gay, so don't watch them. There's nothing wrong with a purple dinosaur. If that looks gay to them, then Bonnie's gay, and what's the big deal? The show had nothing to do with gay or anything. It would have been nice to, well, hopefully if Bonnie was made today, they would have had an LGBTQ episode, which would have been great. But back then, they didn't, obviously. So, yeah, so the documentary is on Peacock. Watch it. It's good. It's really, really good. I liked it a lot. It really opens up your eyes to, I mean, I already knew everything, most of it. I didn't know about the son, but I knew about the backlash with Bonnie and everything. But if you are curious and you guys don't know, watch the documentary. It's really good. There's 2 episodes. It's really good. Now I want to talk about Dancing with the Stars. Now. So, okay, so the 90s night was great. I was so excited they did 90s, because 90s is like my favorite. I mean, it's my favorite decade, obviously. I was born in the 90s, and I love the episode. I loved it. I was hoping for a little more NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, but, you know, songs, but they didn't do that. But I still loved it. Vinny finally went home. Finally. And I really think if there wasn't a double elimination, he would have survived this week too. And the mother of the TikTok star would have went home. Just went home. But because it was a double elimination, there's not so many more people that would have been eliminated. Everyone else is so good. I mean, there's no way that anyone else could have went home. So it had to have been Vinny. Vinny should have went home weeks ago. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he didn't. I guess the Jersey Shore fans are real great. I don't know. I mean, I don't think what's their faces, Snooki or Mike, the situation made it this far, but people really love Vinny, I guess. And that's that. It was a popularity contest and people love Vinny. If it had to do strictly with his dancing, yeah, it's great to vote for an underdog. But I mean, I think his last dance was the worst one he's ever did. The 90s one and the one before that, I forgot what the week was. What was the week before? Halloween, right? That was so bad. And then there was another one he did that was just atrocious. I think it was Michael Bublé week. I don't even know, but he just kept getting worse. There was a couple of weeks that he didn't do so bad, but then like the last few weeks he did so bad, and his dances were getting worse and worse and worse. Like, how is it getting worse? But yeah, so that's that. The TikTok girl's gonna win. I think the Bachelorette, I really normally don't like her, but her 90s dance, the Limita La Vida Loca, was her best dance. I loved it. I normally don't like her. She's kind of boring to me. She's a great dancer. I just don't really watch her, but that one I watched because that one was really good. She did really good this week. And then what else was going on with that? Who was the other contestants? I forget. I forget. Shangela, of course. Shangela's gonna be a runner-up. Her Halloween one was my favorite dance out of the whole. If you want to know what my favorite dance was out of the whole season so far, it's definitely the one with the Shangela Halloween episode when she's the doll. Oh, that was so good. In fact, I rewatched that like 10 times. It was so good. Just cleaning up the edges here. Okay, I think it's clean for the most part. You guys know I'm a perfectionist. Yeah, so that's what this does is really good. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite seasons. Definitely one of my favorite seasons for sure. Where the hell is that one? Okay, you're out. I don't know. I feel like I gotta clean this up a bit. So Halloween was fun. You know, I uploaded the mukbang. I uploaded the scary story time. I wasn't gonna do another one. I was gonna do only 2, but then I was like, you know what? I was like, let me do this before I went out. I went to a friend's house on Halloween, and it was fun. We watched a scary movie called Barbarian. Gotta talk about Barbarian too, and it's not good. Okay. So it's actually getting a little hot, so I'm going to put the AC on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry. It's getting a little hot. Okay, it was just getting a little hot. Make sure, okay. Oh my god. And you can hear the AC, right? Girl, it's a mess. Okay, so, okay, what I'm gonna do now. Okay, I'm gonna do, liquid liner. Alright, so yeah, Halloween was fun. Of course, that scary story time was fake. I mean, I know people are still wondering if my scary story times are real. They were fake. It's fake. It's fake. I know I've made it sound real, but it's fake. Nothing of it ever happened. But yeah, that was fine. I did 3 this year, which is normal. I normally do 3 a year. Let's talk about Barbarian. So I haven't really watched a good horror film or thriller in a really long time. That one was like, it was so good. I love that the trailer doesn't give anything away. Like, the trailer makes you think something else, but when you watch the movie, something else is really going on. And I love that. Like, it shocks you. It's been getting hot here in New York. It's been like 70 degrees, which is very rare for November for us to hit 70 degrees. But anyways, yeah, watch Barbarian. It's really good. It's really good. I don't want to give spoilers away, but The ending was the only thing I didn't like. I feel like they could have added something else to the ending. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they could have added something else to the ending after the final climax. And they didn't. But it is what it is. Like, there's a thing, you know, it is what it is. But other than that, it was really good. Good. It's definitely going to scream. And it definitely gets you. It's like really thrilling. Like, it's like, what's going to happen next, you know? It's great. It keeps you on your toes. Okay, so now let's talk about... what's next? Should I do the Jeffrey Dahmer series? I know I'm late in the game. I just finished it. I know it came out like 2 months ago. So I didn't really know much about Jeffrey Dahmer. It happened when I was a baby. The whole thing. So I don't remember any of it. I really don't. I don't remember it. I don't. He got arrested in 91 or 92. I was only 1 or 2 years old when he died in this prison cell. It was 95 and I was like 4 or 5 years old. So I don't remember any of this, obviously. I was way too young. And then later on in life, I never really learned about it. So when the series came out, it was very new to me. I didn't know anything. But dare I say, I think Jeffrey Dahmer is probably the most sickest serial killers that's ever lived in the world. Like, no one can top him. Maybe that Gacy guy, I forgot what his full name is, but that Gacy guy probably does top him, maybe. Because he killed a lot more people and, you know, however, Jeffrey Dahmer I still think is worse, and I'll tell you why in a second. But he targeted young gay guys. When I first heard that, I was like, oh, is he homophobic? Is he like in the closet? And what? He was very comfortable with his sexuality, very comfortable with it. Very comfortable with it. You know? Very comfortable. Everyone knew. He didn't like... One thing about him that I guess I admire a little bit, even though it's sick to say that, because he's such a psycho, he was himself. He didn't give two shits that he was gay, and he didn't care that his father didn't give a shit about it. His father didn't accept him. He didn't care about that. He really just, you know, was himself. He never tried dating a girl. He never had a beard. He never tried hiding it. So, yeah. So why is he targeting young gay men? It's simple, really. It's simple. Oh, and the reason why I think he's worse than the Gacy guy is because he actually, like, ate the people. Like, he ate the hearts and cooked the people and ate them. I think that just is an extra psychoness to the whole, like, it just adds something extra to it. Like, eating your victims. I mean, anyways, but why did he target young gay men? Because it wasn't so much that he was targeting them because he was out to get gay men. It was because he kind of had a sexual fetish towards gay men getting tortured and killed and eating their gay men's body parts. He kind of got, it sounds so sick, but he kind of got off to that. So it's more like a fetish than so much of, oh, I'm talking to gay men because they're gay, and you know, it had nothing to do with that. He just never went for women because women, that wasn't his fetish, and straight men wasn't his fetish either. It was only gay men was his fetish. It wasn't just a fetish. Like, I think he was generally attracted to them, but I also think like him obviously killing them and laying with them and eating them. I think he jerked off to that. Well, I don't think, I know. I mean, they showed it in the series. He did jerk off to it, and he loved it. Evan Peters played Jeffrey Dahmer. He played a great part. I mean, perfect. I think the series makes you feel bad a little bit for him because his father didn't accept him being gay. His mom abandoned him with his younger brother and ran away and left him home, literally abandoned in the house. You know, he was definitely an outcast in school. People also think, oh, the father did this to him because the father showed him how to dissect animals or cut up animals when he was younger, which is very fucking weird. I definitely think, obviously, no one has, like, no, this is no one's fault but Jeffrey Dahmer's, obviously, but it definitely played a part in what he did, because I do think that if the father didn't show him that, I think maybe he wouldn't have killed, I think he still would have killed people, but probably not the way that he did it if the father didn't show him how to cut up animals and do all that, which I think is really fucking weird. But again, it's not the father's fault. It's no one's fault but him. He did it. Jeffrey did it. No one else did it but him. He generally was a psychopath. No matter what happened in his life to make him that way, the mother abandoned him, whatever it was, he was a psychopath, and he was going to be this way regardless. You can't. And then the fact that he kept saying, oh, the first 2 killings were an accident. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident. He wanted that guy to stay. He drugged the people. He actually said to the one guy before the guy killed him in jail. Now I'm jumping ahead. But he said to the guy, he's like, because he got killed in prison, because the one guy, I'll talk about it in a second, the whole thing, but basically someone killed him in prison, and he said to the guy before he killed him, like, I drugged them so they wouldn't feel the pain. He didn't drug them so they wouldn't feel the pain. He drugged them because he wanted them to stay, and he wanted the victims not to be able to leave. So that's why he drugged them. He lived with his grandma for a little bit, and he had a few killings in his grandma's house. The grandma saved a lot of those men. And honestly, even though the grandma, I do believe she was homophobic, she was racist, in a way. But you have to give your hat off to her. She saved a lot of those men. Because a lot of those men would have died if it wasn't for the grandma coming downstairs and intervening. I don't know why a lot of people didn't. I guess this is white privilege comes into the story, which makes it so true now more than ever. That series makes that so much truer than ever, because the police ignored everything that the black neighbor was saying, that the smells in the house and what he was doing and what she thought he was doing. The cops ignored it. The cops she called the cops. She saw one of his victims. This is when he was living alone. The black neighbor also tried saving a lot of lives, a lot of the victims too, because one of the victims stumbled out of the apartment, and the cops came, and Jeffrey was like, he's my boyfriend, he got really drunk, he just got really drunk. The guy was underage, he was 14. The youngest he killed was 14 years old. The guy was 14, but he lied and said he was like 18 or 19. And yeah, and like the police didn't give 2 shits at that point. They believed him. They're like, okay, he's your boyfriend. Whatever. It's like, what would happen if Jeffrey Dahmer was black? Would the police ignored him so much? I don't think so. Actually, I know so. They wouldn't have. And the fact that the cops that were in that situation were suspended, then were brought back and had like a big party for it, made me sick to my stomach. It made me sick to my stomach. It was enough to kill ya. That was enough to kill ya. So I'm gonna go to my Kid Stealer C10. God, but so much happened in that series. It's on Netflix. It's 10 episodes. So much happened. Like he did have a crazy long life. Like he was killing for over 10 years. He was killing these men. You know, he killed one in 1978, and then he stopped for a while, and he continued again in 1987, I think. And his last victim was in 1992 before he finally got caught. That neighbor when she was screaming at him down the hall, but when he was getting arrested finally, she was like, I knew what you were doing. I knew what you were doing this whole time. And she was screaming at the police, you guys did nothing for so long. I called you guys and you did not. I got the goosebumps. But that one scene when he comes into the neighbor's apartment with the gift, and she opens the gift and it's a sandwich, and he's like, eat the sandwich, and she's like, I'm not eating that shit. That was crazy. You can tell how crazy it was. I mean, he was jerking off in an arcade room. People was like, what the hell? He was drugging people in bathhouses. I'm like, what the fuck? And then when he was working as a male nurse, then he took the blood bags when he was taking the people's blood with the needles, and he stole the blood bags and he went home with them and he drank them. Oh my God. I couldn't even believe that was real. Like, did that really happen? But it did. Because he had lengthy confessions when he got arrested. He confessed to everything from start to finish. He seemed a little sincere in his, like, he sounded like he felt bad, but you really can't feel bad anymore after that. You did it so many times, and what you were doing, like, you really can't come back from that. Obviously, he got life in prison. He got like 900 years. There was no way he's gonna come out of that prison until alive anyways. But the way he died was kind of fucked up, and I'll tell you why. Because because the guy who killed him was in jail for murder too. And he thought that God, he was obviously psycho too. He thought God came down and told him to kill Jeffrey Dahmer. And I'm like, listen, maybe you're not as bad as he is, obviously, because no one's as bad as Jeffrey Dahmer. But you went to jail for murder, you're no angel either. So for you to be the one to be like, oh, I'm going to save everyone, I don't think anyone asked you to do that. I really don't. I mean, come on, like, he's one of the last people to be like, oh, I'm gonna kill Jeffrey Dahmer because God told me to. Like, that's so sick. However, regardless, whoever did it, Jeffrey Dahmer got what he deserved. He did. He got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. Obviously, he got what he deserved. Because I don't think the families were content with him spending life in prison after what they found out about what he did to their sons. I don't think they were content with him just rotting in prison. I think they wanted him to get the death penalty. I think the episode with the deaf person that he killed, I had no idea what was gonna happen with that, because when he didn't drug him the first couple of nights, I was thinking, maybe he's gonna live, and he's gonna live to tell the tale, and he's gonna still be alive to this day. But now he ended up killing him. I do think, as sick as it sounds, I think that was the only victim that Jeffrey had that I think he cared for the littlest bit. I know that sounds so crazy because of what he ended up doing to him, but like in the beginning, I think he cared a little bit, like in some way, to be like, maybe he felt bad that he was deaf. He was deaf and he couldn't hear, and maybe he had a soft spot for him for that. I don't know. But he didn't. Because normally his victims, he drugged them the first night, killed him, and that was it. But he saved him. Like, I say save because, I mean, there's nothing to save. Like, he should never have done anything. But, like, he lived for a long time after meeting Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, he was there, I don't know how long. But then Jeffrey Dahmer ended up doing what he did to everyone else and drugged them and killed them. And I don't think he drugged him, but he did kill them. And I think he ate him too. So sick. The last scene with the mother, I'm guessing this is how it happened, because the mother probably told, the way it happened the last time she saw her son. Basically what happened was he was sitting at dinner with her, and he was telling her, I'm going to go meet a friend, which is Jeffrey Dahmer. And she was warning him about the AIDS stuff, and that was coming into play a lot during this time. Basically, she told him, like, just make sure you come and see me before you leave tomorrow to go back to school. Make sure you come see me and say goodbye before you go back to school. And he said, I love you, Mom. And she said, I loved you too. And that was the last time she saw him. It's sad. It's really, really sad. It's really sad. Because that deaf guy seemed... His name was Tony, I think. His name was Tony. He seemed so sweet. Like, no one deserved this, obviously. No one in life deserves this. But he really... Like, he was so sweet. And it makes you think, like, life is so cruel. So crazy. Like, I think he is the worst. I really do. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer is the worst out of them all. There's really no one worse than him. There may be the JSC guy, which they showed. And the whole baptism thing, that he wanted to be baptized in prison, I think it was all for attention. Let's keep it real here. It was all for attention. The father making that book wasn't to save people's lives and tell people. No, it was for publicity. He wanted to make money out of the book. Let's keep it real here. And the baptism in prison, he was just like, oh, because he was getting fame out of this. People were loving him like he was some type of god. Like he was some type of, like, goddess or some shit. Or he was, like, fucking, like he was Madonna. And I'm like, people are mailing him and saying, oh, you saved my life. I love you. Oh, my God. I want to be you for Halloween. I'm like, do you know what he's in prison for? Like, do you not know? Like, that is the worst way you can get fame. The worst way you can get fame is killing people and eating them. Like, the worst way. That's as bad as molesting kids. And he was a molester, too, because he killed and two of the guys were 14. And he probably did do stuff to them when he was dead. Like, I forgot what the word was. It was an episode in American Horror Story this past season called Necrophilia or something. And that's pretty big what he was doing. But yeah, I mean, it's so sick. It's so sick. How he got fame from this. He got so famous behind bars, and he's like, well, what else can I do to get more attention? Let me get baptized. And maybe he thought the baptism would save him in some way. Girl, nothing's gonna save him. If anyone deserves hell more, it's him. It's him. But regardless, I hate saying this because it's you know, it really happened. It's not just a TV show, but the TV show was really good. Very entertaining, especially if you don't know the stories and you don't know what really happened. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen next, you know. So it was nice learning. It wasn't nice, but it was educational learning about it because it's like this is life. Like this is how people are. Like there was a person that lived that was like this and that did stuff like this, and it makes you not want to even leave your house, honestly. It makes you not even want to leave your house. But yeah, that's what he did. That's Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what he did. Sick. And the JSC guy, they gave him the death penalty. I don't know why he got the death penalty and Jeffrey didn't, but got a death penalty. And then they were like, oh, what's his final last words? You know what he said? My final last words is kiss my ass. That's what he said. I'm like, how sick. I always thought this. I think the parents of the victims that the serial killers that they kill, they should have alone time with the serial killer, the families, torture him, and then kill him. That's what I think. That's what I think should happen. It was really good. But again, I think Jeffrey Dahmer tops a lot of serial killers, a lot of them. Like, I think there's really no one else that tops him. I mean, even Andrew Cunanan in the Versace series, I think he's worse than him. I think he's worse than, I don't know, people that bring guns to school and shoot everyone up. I mean, I just think cooking them and eating them just adds something worse to the whole thing. I mean, it's all horrible, but like I think Jeffrey Dahmer could be the worst of the worst, is what I'm trying to say. It's just the worst of the worst. But I thought it was nice that the mothers got together. The mothers got together of the sons that died, like got killed, and they started to become friends. I thought that was cute. I thought it was nice that the black neighbor that was calling the police a million times and they were ignoring her phone calls, she wanted the memorial, because they tore down the building, the apartment building where they lived, because I guess it became more so like it just got too much attention, so they just wanted to destroy it. But she wanted it to turn into a memorial for the people that died in there, and they didn't do it. They never did it. They never did. For whatever purpose, they didn't do it. It's crazy. It really is crazy, let me tell you. It's like you think when you watch that, you think it's not real. Like you think that that's all made up and it's fiction and it's not based on a true story, but it is. Everything that happened in that documentary happened. Everything. Now I'm gonna go into Delicious. I'm gonna do some of the blues now. And line my lash line with that. Yeah, white privilege does exist. White privilege does exist. I mean, that show goes to show you that it does. All right, so I'm gonna go into Soaked. And then I may smoke out my lash line, brain freeze the other blue, but I may not. I have to see what this looks like. Oh, no, I don't think I do. I don't think I need to do brain freeze. I think this should be good. Oh my god, this one's gonna be so long. There's just a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to talk about. Yeah, so a lot of the shows and movies and stuff I just talked about is gonna be in my November favorites. I don't want to speak too soon, but I got a new job too, so I want to talk about that. I did get a new job. Again, I'm not going to say what it is, because my old job, my last one I just had, I didn't say what it was either. And I do it to protect myself. Because there are people that are crazy, and that watch me that are not good people. And I don't want them to know where I work. It's that simple. But I think I did get a new job, and it's better than the one I had, so that's good. But again, I don't want to speak too soon. But again, I'm not going to say what exactly it is, but I will tell you it has to do with fashion again. It has to do with fashion, so that's good. All right, so now I'm going to go into Jawbreaker. Let me just clean this shade a little bit more, because there's some shit in this shade. Okay. I'm going to go into Jawbreaker. And it's kind of like an icy lemon shade. It's icy, but it has like a yellow shift in it. Yeah, so this is inspired by the new psychedelic circus palette. This eye look. Listen, you could probably get a look similar to this from the palette. Obviously, I mean it's probably not gonna be exactly the same, but you could probably get a look that's very similar to this in that palette. If you get the psychedelic circus palette, you don't have Jawbreaker. If you have Jawbreaker and you want to duplicate a look from psychedelic circus, you could probably do it with this palette with Jawbreaker. And let me browse. And I mostly targeted black. I mean, he I don't know. I don't know if he just targeted black gay men. I don't know. Like that. I don't know. I mean, he could have moved to that neighborhood that's for him primarily black because he wanted to talk about black men. Because he, not that he's racist, but I do think that he thought that if he targeted black men in like a rural neighborhood, that he could get away with it better than if he would have done it in like a white neighborhood that was like that was like, I don't know, like, he definitely had white victims though. Like his first few victims were white, but then when he did move into that black neighborhood, all rest of his victims were black. And then when he cut the head off of the one guy and he put in the fridge, oh my god, there was one. So he got caught. He got arrested in July 22nd, I think, of 1991 or two. And he got caught because he finally got caught because it was his last victim. He picked him up at the bar, whatever. He was gonna do the same thing, drug him, do the whole thing, take pictures of him naked. What happened was that the guy ended up escaping. He ended up escaping. He fought for his life, and he left. I think he hit Jeffrey over the head, whatever it was, and he ran away. He ran out of the apartment. And he called the police, and the police came and saw everything. What really made them believe the black guy was because the police opened up Jeffrey Dahmer's drawer near his bed, and they saw pictures that he took of naked men that were dead, and they were real photos. They realized that these are real photos of men dead on his bed, and that's what made them finally arrest him. It's haunting. Like, it gives you goosebumps. It's really haunting, this whole story. Very sick. Just very sick, very crazy. Very, very sick. Okay, What else? What else? I mean, I better get going because it's already an hour long. I better really start to. Jesus Christ. I gotta start talking and just finish my makeup at this point because this is crazy. I guess that's just well. Let's talk about Bath and Body Works a little bit. I mean, there's really nothing much else I can say. I'm probably not gonna get anything else from Bath and Body Works, to be honest with you. I definitely think the Rainbow Swirl Candy is my favorite. Out of all the new body care scents, I think it is better than even the Ice Sugar Plum, even though I do love the Ice Sugar Plum. The Bright Christmas Morning, I really didn't talk much about it in my other videos, but I personally don't like it. I'm not getting it. I don't like the new body care and Bright Christmas Morning. I think that it's just a original fruity scent. It reminds me of Winter Candy Apple, just without cinnamon. It's just very fruity and nothing unique, and just I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's just a fruity fragrance that really holds no water. Like, honestly, it just there's really no point to that scent. I don't get why they brought that out, and there's no point. So Bright Christmas Morning is a flop for me. I didn't like it. It wasn't horrible. It didn't smell bad. I just don't like it. Yeah, the Rainbow Swirl Candy is definitely the best, and unfortunately they didn't bring it out for full size. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. It smells so good. Like it smells so good. That Rainbow Swirl Candy, I've been using it nonstop. Okay, now I'm going to do my contour highlight. Yeah, so the Ice Sugar Plum is a unique scent. A lot of people get different things from it, like a lot of different things. Personally, for me, I don't get the Sugar Plum. I don't get the Sugar Snickerdoodle. Excuse me. I don't get Christmas cookies from it. A lot of people get saying that. I don't get that. I really don't. I do, however, get like a coconut, like the coconut that's wrapped in sugar body care. It's kind of like the coconut that's in that. It's like an icy toasted coconut, like, kind of smell. Or maybe like the coconut that's in coconut cream pie, kind of that coconut. It's not like a tropical coconut. Not a tropical coconut at all. It's really not. It's like a toasted gourmet coconut that's in the Ice Sugar Plum. And it's crazy because I'm not really getting a lot of Sugar Plum anymore. I'm getting like that coconut scent, but I'm also getting like an icy note underneath all that marshmallow. The marshmallow is the strongest note is the marshmallow. It's very sweet. Very sweet. It's kind of like the marshmallow that's in Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. It's like that kind of marshmallow. I do love it. I do love it. But the Rainbow Swirl Candy. The Rainbow Swirl Candy is so good. In fact, I might even wear the Rainbow Swirl Candy today. In the mist and the cream. I think I am. Maybe put some bubblegum mist on it too. I don't know. I feel like a very fruity rainbow kind of mood right now because I'm in my rainbow eye, my rainbow tie-dye shirt. I'm obviously going to do another rainbow eye for Pride next June. But I wanted to do Rainbow Eye now. It's inspired by the new Circus palette coming out by Jeffree. Okay, now let's do Contour Girl. So that's over Jawbreaker Girl. I love Jawbreaker. Now let's do Contour and Highlight finally. Shit. Oh! Oh my god, I'm a clumsy bitch. Okay, so let's do... What else in Bath & Body Works? The Strawberry Snowflake's nice. As I said before, reminds me of strawberries and bubblegum. Really, really nice. Really good. Definitely strawberry soda vibes and bubblegum pop vibes. I think there's another new collection coming out. I think it's for New Year's Eve, or it's one other new collection coming out. I forgot what it's called or anything, what's in it. There is a new collection coming out again before the year ends. Okay, let's do Highlight now. I'm gonna go into Candy Floss by ColourPop. Oh my god, this is blinding as hell. Oh my god, this is blinding as hell, bitch. Oh my god, look how blinding this is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh? Shit. Definitely. You can see me from outer space here. I was gonna put like a Supreme Frost from Jeffree on top. I don't think it even needs that. Yeah, no, it doesn't need even. I know it's enough. It's enough highlight. Okay. Should I do my? You know what? I think I should. You know what? Fuck it. Why not? I was gonna do my Pink Religion mirror, but you know what? I'm gonna do my Jawbreaker mirror because I haven't done my Jawbreaker mirror in a while. Do my Jawbreaker mirror. Why not? Let's clean up under the mirror now. I mean, under the light. Oh, this highlight is so pretty, bitch. Oh my god, it's like pink candy. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Holy hell. Shizables. That shit's nice. Oh, and then Jeffree also came in with like a bucket hat with his collection. I actually have a bucket hat I'm gonna put on it. I'm actually gonna put the bucket hat on. I forgot to take it out of the closet. I'm gonna take it out of the closet now. Take it out of the closet before I wrap the video up. Okay, let me stop being so anal about my fucking highlight. Okay, so now, oh, setting spray. Now, what lip am I gonna do? I want to do something fun and colorful. I don't know which one, but okay, so I'm torn between. I think I might do this. Jeffrey, what the fuck? I'm either gonna do Jeffrey, what the fuck, or Holy Fashion? I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I think I am gonna do Jeffrey, what the fuck. Is there any other liquid lip that I could do? Should I do watermelon soda? Should I do watermelon soda? Oh, okay, so Holy Fashion I'm definitely not doing. Definitely not doing Holy Fashion. You know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna outline my lips with Jeffrey, what the fuck, and then I'm gonna put watermelon soda in the middle. That's what I'm gonna do. They smell like root beer. I love these. Okay, so I outline lip. Okay. I'm gonna outline lips like this. Okay, now I'm gonna put watermelon soda in the middle of that. I got this lip, you guys. Oh my god, this is next level. And now I'm gonna put some, this is called Crystal Kiss? I think Crystal Kiss lip gloss on top of that. This doesn't even need the gloss, but I'm just gonna add it anyways. Should I? You know what? I'm not gonna add the gloss actually. I don't think it needs it. I don't think it needs it. Alright, so now I'm gonna go, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. See? The bucket hat. Alright, so here's the eye look. The rainbow eye. Beautiful look. The bucket hat. Love this rainbow eye. See, I got the pinks in the crease with the orange and the green in the center, the yellow here, the purple here, blue on the lash line, a nice watermelon pink lip, Yes. Okay, so now let's go into the closet here and get my rainbow swirl candy. Yes, rainbow swirl candy. And I put some of this on. Oh, it smells so good. So fruity, so delicious. Oh, I love it. When we get going, because it's an hour and 15 minutes long, let me know what you guys thought of this rainbow eye. What the hell's going on with my... Okay, I'm gonna have to keep this up here. So let me know what you guys think of my rainbow eye today. My rainbow makeup tutorial, girl. Let me know what you think, if you like it or not. It's really, really cute. I love it. Pink highlight. Oof. Love it. Okay. Well, I love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.